this was a game that gave you multiple ways of evaluating what to do in this game. And you know, oftentimes when you're coaching against a team or when you're competing against somebody, you take advantage of the things that they give you that they're not strong at. And in this instance, Grambling State just fell right on in the daggone pot, and Alcorn State was able to maneuver them however they wanted to maneuver them. And I'm really like, Coach, get the frick out of here. That ain't no way in the world that happened. You talking crazy. You talking out the side of your neck. I'm like, no, I ain't talking out the side of my neck. Because you know what? I can understand why. There's a big bad Brave running around out there that's truly excited over this W that they got over Grambling State University. And we're going to talk about it right after this. Your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos, and tap in the friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's double positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because you're like, Coach, what you got going on here? Well, I got to be honest with you. The Braves set the tone early on in the game. Matter of fact, the Braves came out the gate setting the tone, letting y'all know they was going to run the freaking ball down your daggone throat. Now, before I get to that part, why in the world is Grambling State's linebackers sitting 2 yards off the line of scrimmage? I mean, y'all literally like up in the daggone defensive lineman back. So guess what? If the offensive line is able to get a push and drive those defensive linemen back into the linebackers, you got holes for days where the daggone running backs can run wild. And guess what? That's exactly what they did. And I'm sitting there like, are you guys freaking kidding me? Back the boys up some. I'm like, God, no, you sitting up here. Just to be close to my teammate. Come on, man. Back them up off the line so they can read. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous, guys. But you know what? No, I ain't gonna go there. Let me calm down. You know, it's Grambling State. I mean, both teams were penalized in this game. They both were penalized in this game. Alcorn State found a way to put touchdowns up on the board, while Grambling State, on the other hand, they kicked field goals. And I got to be honest with you. Looking at some of the things that I saw in this game, you got athletes not being disciplined. You know, I mean, there was one punt. There was one punt in the game. Alcorn State was trying to field the ball on the punt. Grambling State player came down and I mean knocked it loose. You hear me? I'm like, I thought they were going to eject Buddy out the game, but it didn't happen. Grambling State weren't able to make field goals, but they were able to block field goals. I give them that. But I mean, again, it's just it's like you took 5 steps forward, took 20 steps backwards. I mean, how in the world you get great field position on a punt return and you don't punch in for points? I just don't understand what's going on here. I mean, it's like the offense itself was stagnant. It's almost as if the defense for Alcorn State knew what exactly Grambling State was going to run on the plays. Now, I mean, I will say this: Grambling State, they could not run the ball in between the center and the guard, or the guard and tackle. They couldn't do it for the life of them. Offensive linemen, y'all gotta find a way to grab some courage and go block some freaking body. I mean, it makes no sense that no one wants to stick to a daggone man to block him. I mean, it got so bad to where you got linemen turning around looking at folks getting their damn head knocked off. I'm like, listen, guys, there's no way in the world you're going to be out there on the field playing the offensive line position and you're not giving a damn effort. I mean, that was half-ass out there. I'm sorry. It just was. Coach going to call it how it is today because I'm tired of looking at this garbage because you guys are so much freaking better than this. But I will say this. I talked about another video where it's time that development needs to start back up with these athletes. And I'm seeing a lot of guys just coming into programs where they might have been a damn good talent when they was in high school, but when they transferred from the university to college that they were previously at, they weren't that great of a talent. I'm just calling it how I see it. So guys, if y'all get upset with me, go for it. But it's high time. If you want more, as far as with your program, you want to see more from your program, then you'll understand what I'm talking about right now. Because guess what? This crap has gotten out of control. And I mean, I'm going to be real with you. This is totally off topic right now. Do y'all not understand the landscape of college football is getting ready to change? It's getting ready to change drastically. I use that word instead, drastically. And when I say drastically, what I mean by that is that when they go ahead and make all these damn changes that they get ready to make, the athletes coming into your program, your fans is not going to want to come in there and sit down and watch this stuff if you don't grab control of it right now. I'm trying to put it out there. It's nice and plain for everybody to understand what it is. If you're not understanding what it is, guess what? Just leave a comment below and say, Coach, please go a little further as far as what you're talking about. You need to go ahead and give us some more information on that. Cool. I'll drop a video for you. I'll give you another show just so you can have exactly what I'm talking about. But what I'm looking at here is just effort, man. Freaking effort. Get a damn effort out there on the field. Now, listen. I don't know if you guys saw the Bethune-Cookman show that I did with Bethune-Cookman versus Alabama A&M. These teams have talent on the teams, but you have to want to do it. You have to want to be disciplined. It ain't because you thought you was a hot shot talent somewhere else and you come to HBCU thinking you're going to be that guy because you went playing in a Power 5 program and you come in, oh, I'm going to HBCU. Listen, guys. You got to put in the same work that you would put in anywhere else if you play on a championship team, FBS, high FCS, whatever the heck it is. You got to put the work in and get this thing done. What went on out there on that field between Grambling State and Alcorn State, that was ridiculous. I mean, Grambling State had opportunities. There's too many opportunities out there on the field that just was not taken advantage of. And I'll give you another one. Looking at Miles Crowley, the quarterback for Grambling State. What else y'all want this kid to do? I mean, nobody wants to block. Then you want him to stand in the freaking pocket like a damn statue. Roll this kid out. You already see the line is getting blew up in his damn face. They're literally in his lap. So he's supposed to just stand there and just keep getting his head beat in? Come on, guys. Let's be smart with this here. We don't want to, when you roll him out to the boundaries, get him out there on the edges, guess what? He's able to get the ball down the field. He's able to move the ball down the field. He's able to run the ball. Matter of fact, I'm trying to understand something here. And this is what really got me. Because I know somebody was like, nah, Coach, he tried to get outside. He got sacked. Whoa, let's back up and look at this for a second here. Because the guy didn't even engage in the line, up on the line of scrimmage. He didn't even come across the line of scrimmage. He stood up, he looked, he saw where the play was going, and he beeline right there, right in that direction of where the play was going. And guess what? He hit a lineman, bounced off him, ran around him, and still got out there and made the damn tackle. And the lineman he bounced off of was the one that's supposed to damn block him. Where the heck do they do that at? Make it make sense. But like I said, I digress. All I'm saying is it's time that everybody understand exactly what's going on in these games and just get out of the habit of just saying, okay, hey, I put my hand on somebody. I got my guy. Guys, y'all got to get this work, man. I had Grambling State listed as coming out of the East, not out of the East, out of the West. It looked like that's about to fall by wayside because Southern and Alcorn play this weekend, and that's probably going to be the person that's going to come out of the daggone, come out of the West because no one else really want to step up and get that work. I mean, come on, guys. PV, like I said before, I know PV was upset about, stuff I was saying as far as, oh, man, I don't think they're going to repeat. They will repeat. It's too much going on. And I'm going to go into detail on that as well, how I came up with that also. But, again, looking at Alcorn State, they had miscues as well on special teams where, you had one guy, he took his eyes off the ball, and the ball went inside the 6-yard line. That's something you can't do either. I mean, guys, you got to pay attention to what you got going on out there on the field. When you haven't beat Grambling in Grambling since 1982, Y'all know why the folks was running wild and rampant with this thing right about now. I'm like, boy, listen, it was a great game. I expect to see a lot more offense going on in that game, but it didn't happen that way. Xavier Vaughn, the quarterback for Alcorn State University, he led the team down the field no matter what he needed to. The young man, he made the necessary throws when he needed to. He also made sure that the offense was on point and doing what they need to do as well as far as with moving that ball down the field. The young man threw the ball 23 times, completing 13 for 172 yards, had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 2 sacks. Now, Miles Crowley, on the other hand, from Grambling State, threw the ball 28 times, completed 16, 149, had 1 interception, was sacked 4 times. But the running game for Alcorn State, like I stated before, they always find a way to get them back in there that's going to bruise up folks toting that tater. And Ja'Cory and Sewell, woo, that boy rushed that thing 16 times for 108 yards, had 1 rushing touchdown. Again, this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, they were not afraid to get up underneath them shoulder pads and run the ball. Grambling State's defense played a pretty daggone good game. But once again, you guys made a lot of unnecessary mistakes on the field. You can't make the mistakes out there on the field. You got to find a way to get yourself off the field. When it's third down, you got to find a way to make that thing shake. Let's get up on off the field. Let's get the ball back to the offense. Let the offense do their thing and go from there. It was as close as what we saw on the scoreboard, but there was a lot of points that was left out there on the field that should have been that should have been cashed in. Had Alcorn State been able to score that touchdown or been able to score at least a field goal before the half, when the quarterback fumbled the ball, guys, that thing could have went a total different direction as far as them playing ahead and really been trying to get after Grambling State in this game. Again, Grambling State, you guys got to find your identity as far as what's going on. I get this is Coach Mickey Joseph's first year as far as being the head coach over the program. He went out, he recruited athletes. You need some dogs in them trenches that's going to get after on the offensive side of the ball. The defense played a pretty daggone good game. Only thing I would like to see is the defensive line, the linebackers back up off the defensive line a little bit, and also the DBs quit holding and grabbing folks getting called for PIs out there on the field. Both teams got penalized crazy in this game. Alcorn had 8 for 75. Grambling had 7 for 80. So it's just a lot of crazy stuff that was going on. And both teams had an issue with holding on to the ball. Alcorn fumbled the ball 4 times. Grambling fumbled it twice. Alcorn lost 1. Grambling lost 1. Again, these are the things that's going to cost you in the long run as far as with what you're trying to do when it comes down to trying to play for a championship game. You got to tighten up this stuff. Alcorn State plays Southern this upcoming weekend. Grambling got Arkansas Pine Bluff this upcoming weekend for homecoming. So we're going to see how that's going to go. Teams are beginning to separate as far as which team is going to rise to the top and be those two that's going to be left when the smoke clears that's going to play for the SWAC championship. Grambling, they're going to need to get some help from some other teams to beat Alcorn State. Grambling got Arkansas Pine Bluff this weekend. They could possibly knock them off, which could change the trajectory of how a lot of this stuff can go on. Also, you got Alcorn State versus Southern that's playing this week. So we're going to find out which one of these teams is going to go ahead, which one of these teams is going to rise to the top and be that one that's going to be standing at the end when the end of the season hit, that's going to play for the SWAC championship. This is going to be something interesting to see. Looking at Alcorn State being 3-0 in the conference right now, boy, y'all better hope them Braves trip up a little bit, because right now things is looking a little bit like, Matter of fact, this game between Southern and Alcorn State is going to be a doozy, because you know what? You got that bad man. You got that bad man. You got the Mac. You got the Mac coming back to come play against the coach against Alcorn State. He's going to be on the opposite side of the field. Coach McNair is going to be with Coach Graves and them Southern Jaguars coming to get this thing going on. So right now, it's going to be tight this weekend, boy. And Alcorn is playing Southern University at home. And Grambling got UAPB at home this weekend for homecoming. Ooh, it's going to be some good football going on. And you got FAMU and Jackson State playing each other this weekend too. Oh, my God. Y'all should be glued to the TV. Y'all should be glued to the TV or be at these daggone stadiums checking out what's going on, because we got some great football going on. But, guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. I'd have held y'all long enough, but until next time, be the one. in league.